Ball and socket joint by Fidan Zeynalova. Ball and socket joint, also called spheroidal joint, is a joint in which the rounded surface of a bone moves within a depression on another bone, allowing greater freedom of movement than any other kind of joint. Here on this picture, you can see a representation of ball and socket joint. As the tabulum of hip bone plays the role of the socket, and the head of the femur plays the role of the ball. It is mostly developed in the large shoulder and hip joints of mammals, including humans, in which it provides swing for the arms and legs in various directions and also spin of those limbs upon the more stationary bones. On this diagram, you can see that the ball and socket joints are found in the shoulder and the hip of a human being. The shoulder blade, which is also the scapula, plays the role of the socket, and the head of the humerus plays the role of the ball. The ball and socket joints can move in the form of abduction, flexion, extension, and circumduction. Being able to provide 4 types of motion makes the ball and socket joints the freest to move. Here on this diagram, you can see a more detailed structure of the ball and socket joint. Here you can see a representation of how ball and socket joints provide movement. Let's see a more detailed explanation of the particles which we saw in the structure diagram. The synovial fluid is the thick liquid that lubricates your joints and keeps them moving smoothly. The articular cartilage allows the bones to glide over each other with very little friction. Ligament and joint capsule holds together the articulating bones and supports the underlying synovium. The synovial membrane makes the synovial fluid, which has a lubricating function. The femoral head is the highest part of the thigh bone, or the femur. Ligament and joint capsule combines the fibrous membrane to form the joint capsule. Also forms protective fluid called synovial fluid that is located within the joint space of synovial joints. The femur supports the weight of the body and allows motion of the leg. Thank you for listening to my presentation about the ball and socket joints.